Shem Angel 51, Hahasiah. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. This is Taliesin McKnight, and this is a Shem Angel associated with secret knowledge, occult wisdom, secret teachings, and divine contemplation. Hahasiah. Also, this Shem Angel is associated with the occult properties of stones, plants, and animals. So it's very interesting. Hahasiah. Now, this Shem Angel governs 10 up until 15 degrees of Sagittarius. And this Shem Angel is associated with secret wisdom and the divine attribute, according to Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Egyptiacus of 1654, the divine attribute is God, the impenetrable secret. So it's a Shem Angel of secret knowledge, and yet it is the divine attribute is God, the impenetrable secret. It's interesting that this Shem Angel is associated with alchemy and the philosophical stone, and once again, the virtues of plants, animals, and minerals. So it's pretty interesting stuff. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive. So as always, what I do in my posts is we compare the classical texts. So De Arte Kabbalistica, published in 1517, we have the Psalm verse and the angel name. And in Agrippa, we know that they govern the quinaries of the zodiac. Okay, that's Agrippa's 3 Books of Occult Philosophy. A century later, in 1654, we have Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Egyptiacus. It gives us the Psalm verse, once again, an angel name, and a divine attribute. So we know that Hahasiah governs 10 until 15 degrees of Sagittarius. That's its quinary. By the way, many of y'all have begun working with your birth angel that governs the degree of the sun at your zodiac. I also really would like to encourage people to look at the degree of the ascendant. So many of us working with the Shem angels have begun looking at, okay, in your natal chart, what degree is the sun at your birth? That gives you a birth angel, right? Also, I would encourage people now. So let's say you've found your birth angel that way with the degree of the sun. What degree was the sun at your birth? Kind of like we're following through the Shem angels in these videos. Also to look at what is on the ascendant. In your birth chart or nativity chart, what degree governs the ascendant? Okay, what degree is on the horizon between the 12th and 1st houses? This gives us another angel that you could work on. So it's interesting that, of course, we tend to think of the Shem angels as associated with the outer cosmos, but also we can think of the Shem angels as governing our own cosmos, kind of our own nativity charts, our own birth charts astrologically. So studying one's nativity, we can come to know different angels that govern different aspects of our lives or different important parts of the chart. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that in addition to the birth angel found at the degree of the sun at your birth, I really would like to encourage people to go look at what degree of the zodiac is on the ascendant. Okay, so that these Shem angels can help us with these different aspects of our lives. Okay, and different Shem angels could be connected to us through our nativity chart. So I just wanted to point that out. I really want to encourage people, if you found your birth angel, the degree of the sun at your birth, to also go look at the ascendant and see what Shem angel is there. But Hahasiah governs 10 up until 15 degrees of Sagittarius and is associated with secret knowledge, alchemy, the philosophical stone, even. According to Lazare Lenain, it's a late text. But what is the divine attribute in the 1654 Oedipus Aegyptiacus? It is God, the impenetrable secret. Okay, God, the impenetrable secret. So the unfathomable and secret God. God, the impenetrable secret. Kircher's Latin has Deus secretus impenetrabilis. God, the impenetrable secret. The psalm verse that is associated with this angel throughout the literature in the Masoretic text is Psalm 103, verse 31. So again, the Psalm 104 in the Masoretic text. So each Shem angel, each of the 72 Shem angels has a psalm verse. The psalm verse with this angel of occult knowledge and occult wisdom, the psalm verse is Psalm 104, verse 31. The glory of the Lord shall endure forever. The Lord shall rejoice in his works. So traditionally with the Shem angels in Shem angel magic, which we trace back through the Renaissance angel magic, this is the psalm verse associated with this angel. Again, it's Psalm 104, verse 31. The glory of the Lord shall endure forever. The Lord shall rejoice in his works. So, what does Lazare Lenain's Science of the Kabbalah say about this angel in regard to the office? The office given, it says, and this is a late text from the 19th century, but many people work with the offices of the angels from Lazare Lenain's Science of the Kabbalah. I do have my reservations about the text, which I talk about in my videos, but the office, it says about Hahasiah, he serves to elevate the soul to contemplation of divine things and to discover the mysteries of wisdom. So again, you get this idea of hidden knowledge, occult knowledge, divine wisdom or knowledge. He serves to elevate the soul to contemplation of divine things and to discover the mysteries of wisdom. This genius rules chemistry and physics, revealing nature's greatest secrets, notably the philosophical stone and universal medicine. The person born under this influence will love the abstract sciences, will be particularly keen to learn about the properties and virtues attributed to animals, plants, and minerals. Now, where it says the person born under this influence, he's talking about birth angels, basically. The person born under this astrological, under this angel. The person born under this influence will love the abstract sciences, will be particularly keen to learn about the properties and virtues attributed to animals, plants, and stones, will be distinguished in medicine through his or her marvelous cures, and will make discoveries useful to society. So it's interesting. This Shem angel, the divine attribute is the secret, the impenetrable secret God, okay? Or God, the impenetrable secret. And then the divine, the office is to discover secret wisdom, occult knowledge, divine contemplation. Also the philosopher's stone, universal medicine, which are alchemical goals, and also associated with animals, plants, and minerals. Now, I'm not combining the two, but I've talked a lot in my video about Renaissance magic and through the lens of Cornelius Agrippa's 3 Books of Occult Philosophy. And in the 16th century, 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, it talks about this tripartite or 3-world model. At the center or the beginning is the elementary realm of stones, plants, and animals, and minerals, and metals, things like that, right? The elementary world, stones, plants, and animals. The second world up is the astrological realm. And this is the realm of the stars and planets, so that every stone, every plant in this Renaissance astral magic, every stone or every plant could be associated with a particular planet or some aspect of astrology. so that the stars and planets are reflected down into the world of stones and plants, okay? So you could say that any stone or plant could be classed according to the 7 sacred planets. And then the third world up is the divine realm. This is the realm of the Shem angels, okay? The divine realm. So that the Shem angels are not just personifications of stars. Rather, they come from a higher order altogether. They're reflected down through the visible cosmos, through the celestial or astrological realm, much like a type of mirror or a window. By contemplating the cosmos, we're able to understand a divine order. You think of Pythagoras like finding a divine order in the cosmos, and by reflecting on these celestial harmonies, we can come to understand the divine, the realm of Platonic ideas or whatever, right? So, anyways, it's interesting that this Shem angel is associated with stones, plants, and animals and their properties. I think if anyone wants to learn this type of astral magic, they want to understand this kind of learned astrological magic, I think this is a good Shem angel to work with. Why do different stones and plants have powers? Why is this stone good for high vibrations and this stone good for wealth or money or this stone for love? Well, according to Agrippa, it's because the astrological powers are reflected down into the virtues of stones. And of course, the astrological realm is a reflection of the divine order. So, not mixing these together, we don't have to view things through Agrippa's lens. But I think it's very interesting that this Shem angel is associated with stones, plants, and animals. And that's what we've been talking about quite a bit, right? So there's some things to think about, following the sun through the tropical zodiac. We have about 5 days to think of something to ask for within the office of the angel. So I always tell people we should not ask for something without some thought, right? What is important to your heart when you petition the angels? When you come before the angels, you come before them in your truth, right? And naked. You come before them. They see into our hearts. They know what's important. But it's important that we come to know ourselves as we work with the Shem angels, right? So I think it's very useful to take a moment to think about what is important to you that connects with this angel. So once again, this angel has to do with hidden knowledge, occult wisdom, alchemy, and the properties and virtues of stones, plants, and animals. So maybe you want to learn about stones or herbology. Maybe you want to understand how this magic works, working with stones, plants, and animals. Maybe you want to understand a bit more about the divine order, divine contemplation. Or is there alchemy? Is there something else that you would like to work on? So once again, I think it's important to really think about what we ask the angel. So let's just read through the office again. It says, and this is from the Science of the Kabbalah, which is a late text. It's from the 19th century. I do have some reservations, but we'll read through it. It says, he serves to elevate the soul to contemplation of divine things and to discover the mysteries of wisdom. This genius rules chemistry and physics, revealing nature's greatest secrets, noticeably the philosophical stone and universal medicine. The person born under this, where it says person born, it's referring to a birth angel. The person, and like looking at your nativity chart, you could find different angels that govern different parts of your chart. So that's why I want to drive home. Many of us have started working with the angel that governed the degree of the sun at your birth. I highly recommend to my viewers to go look at your ascendant. What degree of the zodiac is ascending on the cusp of the 12th and 1st house? Anyways, the person born under this influence, Lenain's talking about birth angels, will be particularly keen to learn about the properties and virtues attributed to animals, plants, and stones, will be distinguished in medicine through his or her marvelous cures, and will make many discoveries useful to society. So you get this idea of sciences and also of occult science and divine contemplation. So this is a very high mystical angel to work with for higher spiritual purposes. And the Divine Cabal, and here I'm quoting Welcome Manuscript 3203, a Dream Magic Grimoire. It says, Hahasiah governs from the 1st of December to the 5th inclusively. So from the 1st of December to December 5th inclusively. So this Shem angel starts ruling today, actually at 5:03 my local time today, and this Shem angel will continue to govern, especially, over the next 5 days. Hahasiah governs from the 1st of December to the 5th inclusively. The verse from whence is derived his name is the 32nd verse of the 103rd Psalm. Here it's using the Septuagint numbering of the Psalms, which is different from the Masoretic text. May the glory of God endure forever. The Lord will rejoice in his works. So that's pretty much it on that. And then I just wanted to announce, I wanted some viewer feedback. I was thinking that, and this has nothing to do with the Shem angels, by the way, totally separate from Shem angels. We've been reading through Agrippa, and I think it might be useful to get into some of the Platonic and Pythagorean thought of late antiquity, looking at the classical sources. So reading through some Platonic dialogues, or reading some getting into some Pythagorean ideas. I think understanding the Greek thought of late antiquity, understanding the streams of Hermetism, Platonism, and Pythagoreanism, I think it could help us to have a good, well-rounded occult knowledge base. And so I've been thinking about working through Iamblichus's theology of arithmetic in these videos. So if you're interested in these videos, maybe going into some Platonism and Pythagoreanism, please let me know if that would interest you, because it's something that I've thought about, but I wanted to know what y'all think. Would you be interested into going into some Platonic dialogues or Pythagorean thought in these videos and Hermetic? And so these are the different streams of wisdom in the Western esoteric tradition. And then, by the way, the spelling of this angel name is He, Chet, Sin, Yud, He, Hahasiah. The second letter is a Ch. It's not like an H. If you can't pronounce a Ch, Hahasiah, if you can't do that, then you can just pronounce it as an H. Hahasiah, okay? Hahasiah. Now, Agrippa writes this as in Latin or English letters. What we use, it's Latin letters, really. Agrippa spells this as Hahasiah. Hahasiah. Okay? Then you have the letter Sin in Hebrew could also be pronounced as a Shin. But throughout the literature, it's Hahasiah. And yet Dr. Rudd has Hahasiah. So it's interesting. And then somehow the Divine Cabal puts a Z there, Hahasiah. You don't get a Z from that. So there's some variation of the name, Hahasiah, and even Dr. Rudd has Hahasiah. But for the sake of these videos and following Cornelius Agrippa, we pronounce this Hahasiah. And in English, following Agrippa, we spell it as Hahasiah. So, Hahasiah. So anyways, that is Shem Angel 51, Hahasiah. And thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate all of you watching these videos. It really does mean a lot. So thank you very much. We're on this spiritual journey together, and we're going deeper and deeper into these angels. Like I said, you already know your birth angel from the degree of your sun sign. I highly recommend that people go look at what degree is on the ascendant and look at what Shem angel that would be. So that gives you a second Shem angel drawn from your nativity to work with. So let me know what you think. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see y'all in the next video. All right, have a great day, y'all.